Why enthusiasm is the God from within. I have never met in my life, I'm 49 years old, a high-performance person that wasn't enthusiastic.
It's the difference between myself and most of you in this audience, myself and most of the people in all the audiences, Steve Jobs and most of the people in the audiences, Elon Musk and most of the people, is they have extraordinary work habits. Most of you don't like the idea of working 100 or 120 hours a week. Remember, Holland's heaven. If Holland is heaven, why do I have to work 100 hours a week? Well, first of all, Holland's not heaven. And second of all, as Elon Musk has said many, many times in the last few years, a guy that works 100 hours a week, I would rather have than a guy that works 40 hours a week because he's going to get the job done twice as fast. I'm not looking for maximum IQ. I'm looking for maximum horsepower in work ethic. I'm looking for perspiration, not inspiration. People only come to me for one or two reasons. I'm the last guru on the last city and the last saloon, and the world is flat. Either you've tried everything else, including meditation, and it hasn't worked, or it hasn't worked to how you wanted it. Between the high-performance people is they believe in the extraordinary. Remember yesterday I said you're never going to exceed your highest and wildest expectation. Never. For those of you that want to be a millionaire, you're never going to make 10 million. For those of you that want to be 10 million, you're never going to make 100 million. For those of you that want to, and I'm not saying these because they're big numbers, believe me, these are all fucking chump chain numbers, okay? For those of you that want to make 100 million, you're never going to be a billionaire. Because psychologically, see, your subconscious doesn't know you're full of shit. Your subconscious starts to slow down. When you get, let's use the 100 million number, at 75, 79, 82, 89, 91, and then you're asleep at 96 million. And you may stumble over the goal at 100 million by accident. I have three regrets in life.
The expectations that we have of ourselves are very high. Now, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you want to look at it, I have very high expectations for my children. And virtually everybody's mind, way too high expectations. But my theory is that even if they only accomplish 20 or 30% of my expectations, they're going to be a heck of a lot better than anybody else. I tell the story of my son, first year of Little League. This is a couple years ago. My children were raised for a number of years in the United Kingdom, and they learned to play cricket where they went to school. Their school was founded in 1269 by the Benedictine monks, and when we moved to Texas, they wanted to know why everybody was so excited about the Alamo from 1835. You know, I mean, why does everybody think this is a historic event or a historic site? 1835. Our house, Dad, was made in 1468, the castle. And so, but they decided they wanted to play baseball. So when we went home for Christmas, 2 Christmases ago, I bought baseball gloves, bats, and all this stuff, and I measured out. Now, I didn't know a Little League diamond was smaller. I didn't know, you know, the measurements were different than for professional baseball. So I got a book on baseball, and we measured out a diamond out on the front lawn between the lock, which is the lake, and the castle. And we were out there during Christmas practicing. And when we first started practicing, I didn't understand why my kids, who were both pretty strong, couldn't get the ball from center field to the pitcher's mound, which was, you know, 200 and some feet. And so by the time we left to go back to the United States in early January, they had to get a running start like a javelin thrower, but they could get it over second base. They had to bounce it to the pitcher. Well, when they went for baseball practice in February, they looked like Brooks Robinson. For those of you that are old enough, to remember Brooks Robinson with the Baltimore Orioles. He was like a vacuum cleaner. He could pick up the ball. And so they went through practice and they both got on teams. And what I forgot to teach them was fly balls. So I never played baseball. I taught them batting and all these things. But they didn't do very well to fly balls. They'd overrun the ball and all this. So I told Derek that 1,000 was perfect in baseball. That means you hit it every time you're up. Even sometimes, Derek, you gotta get on the base, even if you gotta step into the ball and let it hit you. Now, Derek batted .640 his first year. .640. When he played catcher, he was the only kid that blocked at the plate. I said, you come at him like a fullback when you got the ball as catcher, Derek. He was the only guy that could throw him out at base. Stealing from first to second. The next year, his expectations were different because he found out from his friends that's twice as good as anybody else batted. He batted .278 because he listened to other people. Garbage in, garbage out. He went from an all-star catcher, his team won the league, player of the year, to a damn doofus batting .278 with my blood in his veins. Why enthusiasm is the God from within. I have never met in my life, I'm 49 years old, a high-performance person that wasn't enthusiastic. Just think about it. Have you ever met a high-performance person that wasn't enthusiastic? Ever? Even the doofuses that take your money at these seminars, they're pretty enthusiastic, aren't they? I would be too. I'm selling them crap and I'm getting paid money for it. I'd be elated. As they say in Texas, I would think I ain't had so much fun since the hogs ate my baby brother. How to laser beam focus now on what you want later, why it's better if you failed a few times in order to achieve super growth, how it makes it easier. I can tell from this group, we got a lot of failure in this group, so we're going to have an easy time making it to the quantum leap because we got a lot of experience at failing. That's good. Why you should always follow the fellow that follows the dream. People want to do business with me and people like me because I dream big. You should want to do business with people that have dreams. Banks loan me money. I raised over $1 billion when oil went from $40 to $6 a barrel. When you couldn't raise money in the energy business, it was impossible. There was no way you could do it. You want people to do business with you because you've got a dream and they know that you're not going to give up on it. Why you shouldn't waste time on things you can't change. Why you must divert. Let me stop there a minute. The day I met my in-laws, I knew I was never going to change them. So I didn't spend the last 24 years, I've been married 21 years, but I met them 24 years ago. I did not spend 24 years trying to change them. There are people that I meet in a business relationship that I know that it's not going to work out.